Good morning, my friends. It is almost beginning to look like spring around here. Here we've got the Florida King peach already beginning to pop. We've got lots of flowers starting to open up already on the tree. Beautiful. This tree is always super abundant. Requires a lot of thinning of the fruit. Terrible problem to have, huh? Next door we've got a white nectarine. Still in bud swell, no open flowers yet. The birds are singing me some morning songs. See the all-in-one almond here starting to wake up now. Today is January 28th, 2020. And I wanted to touch on a topic today for you guys, something that came to mind, and that is, if I could only grow one fruit tree, what would it be? Now that is a tough question indeed. There are so many tasty, tasty fruits that I'm growing back here. Now if you would have asked me that question a year or two ago, I probably would have said the Santa Rosa Plum, simply because it's the most prolific. Or at least it has been up until this point. Up here we've got a hummingbird chilling on the top of the jujube there. But I think I'm going to have to change my answer now to oranges. You can see the Valencia Orange is coming online now. Got a lot of these fruits just about ripe. I have yet to pick one of these off this tree yet. Still putting in work on the Washington navel. I had mentioned this before, it's just kind of blowing me away how I keep coming out here harvesting. It's just like a never-ending supply. I'm not exaggerating here, guys. It's just never-ending. I come out here and I pull out 3 or 4 nearly every day, thinking that I'm putting a dent in it, just to come out the following day, the following week, and it's like they just keep coming. I mean, it's not fruiting anymore. These are just fruits that have been hanging on the tree. I threw some over to the neighbors the other day. So I have to say the orange is a winner for me, because the fruits hang on the tree so long. Like these little vitamin C bombs just dangling. And of course they're juicy and delicious. So at this point, I'm gonna have to say, if I could only grow one tree, one edible fruit tree, it would be the orange tree. I can already hear a lot of you guys right now saying, well, good for you, I can't even grow an orange tree. I always get that whenever I upload a video, and I want to direct all of you folks who might be saying that to a video by Kristen Dirkston. She's got a YouTube channel where she covered a guy, what was his name? I wrote it down so I could remember it. Russ Finch is his name. He lives in Nebraska, and his area gets down below 25 degrees Fahrenheit every year, and the man grows tons of oranges, lemons, mandarins, figs, pomegranates in a greenhouse which is climate controlled through thermal heating. So he runs some big PVC pipes under the ground and uses the Earth's stable temperature in his region of 52 degrees. He's got a fan that blows the air from beneath the soil in the earth into his greenhouse and keeps everything at a suitable temperature to grow citrus. You've heard me say it before on this channel, where there's a will, there's a way. If you want to make something happen, you can make it happen. Look at this Dino tree kale patch over here. Is that not incredible? These were skeletons of plants at the end of last summer because I had let all of them just go to seed. See, we've got one little flower popping up here. Look at these leaves back here. Look at this guy. Look at this monster. Never quite comes out on camera just how big these guys are. Let me put my hand up to it so you can see. Look at this hummingbird. Man, it's a beautiful purple-headed hummingbird. It's letting me get real close. You love these borage plants, or as I like to call it, barrage. And check out the mammoth artichoke here, this volunteer artichoke. I'm pretty sure this is the biggest one I've ever grown in my garden. And it's just getting going now. But this guy's got a spread of, geez, probably 9 feet. Super healthy. Anyway, I wanted to just take you guys along with me out in the garden this morning and just have a little chat. Hopefully you don't mind. Simple video. I will drop a link to the video I mentioned about the man in Nebraska who grows all the citrus. Definitely worth a watch. I've got birds all throughout my garden all the time. Birds have never been an issue as far as taking my crops. And just think about all the fertilizer they're dropping throughout my garden constantly. Man, this Apricot tree, I didn't do that much pruning this year on my fruit trees. I really kept them in check and built a nice foundational growth with the scaffolding, branches, and just had a lot of patience with these trees for the first few years instead of like trying to get a heavy fruit set early on, which we still have been getting great fruit sets, but I just focused on structure building and it's really paying off. Here we've got an apricot tree next door. These trees don't really need that much pruning this year. Just a little bit of pruning out of the center, that's about it. But things are really coming along and plants are taking off. I really want to start plugging some plants in out here and doing some direct seeding. I've got some plants going already, but the issue is we get some late freezes sometimes. It was just a couple years back. We were all the way in, it's either late February or March, and we were getting down to the low 20s. So you definitely don't want to get going too early. Our last freeze date here is March 15th. So you're pretty safe to go after that. Also, if anyone was wondering why it is that I didn't harvest all these pomegranates, it's because I like to leave a few bird feeders dangling from the tree. They will eventually peck into these. You can see they've already taken a couple seeds out of here, but these will continue to split open. The birds will peck at them. Here's an example of that. So I leave some for nature. They love it. And that right there in front of the banana tree is a fruit tree I'm really excited about. That is the Pakistan mulberry. Puts off 5-inch long berries, 3 to 5 inch long, in abundance. And so it's a pretty fast grower too. Spent last year getting established in the ground. Now that the roots are nice and set, should really take off this year.